always enjoyed interacting with people who are very, very keenly interested in the stock markets. That is the only thing I really miss about my Reliance days, because that platform used to give me this opportunity more often to interact with independent financial advisors and investors. Anyway, thank you for having me. I think markets have always intrigued me, and the more time I spend, the more I realize how little I know about markets. And that is the thing which at least keeps me going. So I have a young colleague who lives in Balloon. His name is Sunny Grocer. I was just telling him at his house that I know only 2% of the market. Now you have to decide how much do you know. So I have still, because they teach you lesson every day. You just have to be open-minded. So to begin with, what I would like to say, it's like when you come out of exam के टाइम पे हमको जो ध्यान में रहता है वो भी हम कई बार लिख नहीं सकते हैं, और एग्जाम के बाहर आने के बाद ऐसा लगे बार वो तो कितना सिंपल था यार. आई विश आई वुड हैव डन इट दैट वे. पर जब आप वो हॉल में रहते हो उस समय आपका कितना दिमाग चलता है ना, वही इम्पोर्टेंट है. वैसे ही बाजार में भी क्या है, पीछे हैंड साइड में तो देख के लगता है ये तो इतना आसान था, बट जब आदमी करने जाता है ना वो कर नहीं पाता है. तो आई विल स्टार्ट बाय शेयरिंग. सी एवरीवन नोज आई वाज वन ऑफ द वेरी अर्ली पर्सन to have identified Divi's Lab, right, when the company came for IPO. At that time, the market capitalization of Divi's Lab was only 140 crores. And I have spoken about this many times in the past. But today I must tell, had I invested only 5 crores, I had that money at that time also, and just left it, did nothing, and whatever dividend which came from that company, just continue to invest it at that point of time in the same company, my money would have grown over 1800 times. So that 5 crore actually would have become 9,000 crores. Now, in a hindsight, it looks so simple. So all I can tell you, in the last 20 years of my working, I only destroyed wealth. Right? And this is the power of really being able to identify good ideas. This is the power of wealth creation, and this is the power of long-term investing. जैसे बोलते हैं ना, स्वर्ग में जाने का एक रास्ता नहीं है. You can reach there through 25 different ways and through 25 different religions. So it was delight to see Siddharth here. We have seen him as such young kid, and he was making a case कि हम क्वांट के थ्रू भी पैसा बना सकते हैं, एसेट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन के थ्रू भी पैसा कमा सकते हैं. And it is one of the ways. He knows it, he should do it. I think I should do the way which I know. Likewise, all of you have to figure out, what is the direction in which you want to go. But I don't think we can undermine the importance of real long-term investing and being able to identify good companies at the right time and be able to hold on to them for a very long period of time. That is how I think the real wealth gets created. So when I came in the stock market, India's GDP was $300 billion, roughly. That was in 91-92. Today, after roughly 30 years, it is $3.5 trillion. So the GDP itself has grown around 11 times, 11 and a half times in last 30 odd years or so. That was the biggest call, and that was the biggest conviction which was needed at that point of time. Rest all, I think it was very simple, trust me. If I had that conviction that the GDP itself will grow 11 times and India will prosper in a manner in which it did, then whether what I bought, I had to be then reasonably smart person to buy the right thing, but whatever I would have bought, I would have made a lot of money. I think people like us, I would say, and I'm a disciple of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, really miss him a lot, but he is the one who actually taught me somewhere in year 2000 that the growth trajectory in which India is. So every time whenever the market fell, we looked at it with the only glance of opportunity, because we had the conviction in the long term that markets will do really well for India. When I stand in front of you today, I am 54 and I am really focused on my health, as you can see. Hopefully, I will survive another 30 years. And that is the agenda number one. And I am convinced that Indian economy will be 10 times bigger in the next 30 years as compared with where it is today. So in our lifetime, at least in my lifetime, and I think majority of people who are sitting here, I can see that they will last this long. Siddharth will last much longer. But I am sure we will see a time when this GDP will be $30 trillion. If you can take this one big call in your mind, then every crisis will look like an opportunity to you. Yeah, I'm only talking from an investor perspective. Please don't get me wrong. People who are doing derivative, they have to take call every day. People who are doing technical analysis or trading, they have to take call based on the prices, etc., etc. But I am talking of fundamental and I am talking of long-term value creation. So if I have this conviction that Indian GDP will be $30 trillion in the next 30 years, and it is not going to happen suddenly, it will rise every year. In between, in some years, it will rise faster, in some years it will rise slower. But if we have this conviction, then we will be able to really capitalize on this brilliant opportunity which comes really once in lifetime. And I think Prabhudas Viladhar came with a very apt slogan, "Ye waqt hamara hai." And I'm sure Amisha and I, over the next course of half an hour, 45 minutes, will talk more. I would love to share some of my learnings which I have had as an investor and what I see. And just to conclude, I think we had absolutely one of the best budgets which I have seen in my career. A finance minister not only delivered, but she actually delivered more than what we could have asked for. Whether it is a path of fiscal consolidation, whether it is a path of sticking to fiscal deficit or delivering growth, capital expenditure, not tweaking capital gains tax, which all of us were very afraid of. And in these challenging times in the world where people are not sure that they can even have 0% growth, and this is why there is talk of recession worldwide, we are still talking that Indian GDP can grow in real terms by 6.5% and in nominal terms by 11%. So I think she has done a great job. Now it is up to us what we can do of this great job. Thank you so much. Look forward to